Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well. Hold on, I'm making a couple more adjustments here. We took some of the equipment in the other night to make sure everything was working as it should. So hopefully you guys can hear everything okay. We've got ATC rolling. We've got Aero Mexico on final. Probably going to be a short afternoon. A lot of cancellations it looks like today. So we'll try to keep this show rolling as long as possible. Chances of snow coming in around 5 p.m. So again, good afternoon. Happy Saturday, everybody. Wanted to make sure we got on the air for you guys today, this weekend. It's going to be some rough weather coming here later this afternoon, so we want to make sure we give you guys a little something this weekend. Doesn't look like we've got any wide bodies on the way, unfortunately. Looks like there's a lot of cancellations today. Fair enough, given the weather. Looks like we had an Air France 777 depart earlier, about 2 hours ago or so. I think that one was hanging out over on the hard stand with another issue. As you can see, we're on the 5 flow today. Going to be a lot of waiting for them to come out. Sorry about the view as well. Top floor closed for obvious reasons. Got to make a quick adjustment here behind the scenes. So again, we're down on 5 today, just like we were on Sunday last week. Top floor closed, or not 5, we're on 6. Top floor closed this afternoon though, for obvious reasons. Once again, bundled up and ready to go. I was outside working this morning, trying to get some firewood unloaded. And apologies for the late start time, by the way. Forgot about the battery in the car yesterday, and the cold weather depletes it pretty quickly. So I forgot all about it, trying to get other things done yesterday. So Aero Mexico from Mexico City, the E190, flying about 3 hours, 30 minutes. And I know you guys were talking about de-icing the other day. Still doesn't look like there's any de-icing action happening over here to our left. There has been some de-icing. Temperature's right around 29 degrees on the way here. Car was letting me know it's about 30 degrees, complaining about icy roads. Looks like they're over there working out in this frigid weather. So again, many cancellations if you guys are just joining us. No wide bodies today. We've got a couple coming in from the north. We've got a Moxie and an American. We will not see the Terminal 1 side today. Got a couple coming in from Charlotte. Again, this will probably be a short show. I just want to make sure we got out here. I thought we were going to have Lufthansa today, but again, doesn't look like any of our wide bodies from Europe are coming today. We do have Iceland, which, you know, obviously Iceland's like, we got this. Air France, American from London, and Lufthansa all, I guess, canceled. I didn't really take too good of a look at flight radar today. So let's take a look at that arrival board. Let's look at how many cancellations we've got. We've got one from Charlotte canceled already. Aeromexico just touching down. JetBlue from Boston canceled. Lufthansa, it says scheduled, a 787 Dreamliner, but it is not. It says 1:45 p.m. arrival, but it's nowhere to be seen on flight radar. If you guys find it, let me know, but it doesn't even say live on it. JetBlue from New York canceled. Chicago canceled. So there's not too many cancellations. Nashville's canceled. I know Nashville, Tennessee's already got quite a bit of snow falling. Houston's canceled. Charlotte, Miami canceled. These are American. New York canceled later in the day. Southwest from Baltimore canceled. There's a whole slew of from 4:30 to 4:50 canceled. So again, I don't expect today to be a great day. I should have paid more attention to flight radar this morning. I hate to cancel a show on you guys. I want to bring you guys something this week. Especially since I don't know when we're going to be back. If you guys are familiar with the area and you're from here, you know we've got, well, again, like I always say, I don't believe it until I see it, but we've got some pretty significant icing supposed to be happening. Might see some snowflakes fly here as we wrap up the show. Here this evening. There is some snow to the north of the airport. I was keeping track of some of the weather. Let's check that radar. It looks kind of sparse at the moment. Yeah, Nashville looks like they're getting hammered. Nashville, parts of Indiana, Southern Illinois, St. Louis, Louisville, Lexington, Evansville, Bowling Green, Nashville. They all look like they're getting hammered pretty hard with the weather. Miss Carolina throwing up RDU's post about the weather there on Facebook. They posted that over on Facebook as well as Instagram if you follow the airport on any of their socials. So Monday we'll have Lufthansa. Shoot, it's fun to sit here and just watch them do construction, no? So again, we've gone over everything. Don't expect today to be a very good day. Miles, they're on the 05s today given their weather, and so that makes it obvious that we don't see Terminal 1 side. The airport's done a great job putting down salt and everything, it looks like. Tons and tons of salt all around the terminal building down there. All the parking lots have been done. Again, I couldn't get up on the roof, so obviously we weren't going to try that anyway. But the roof is closed for anyone going up. Let's see what these de-icing machines are up to. Looks like one, I don't know. They're chilling. They're hanging out over here. Saw one move a moment ago, so I wonder if they've got somebody sitting over there like they were last Sunday. Yeah, simple. A nice, easy. I told myself before we started the show today was going to be a nice, simple, easy, relaxing show. Just going to hang out with your host mostly, looks like. Again, like I said, I hate to cancel the show on you guys, whether we have flights or not. So, figured we'd come out here and give you guys a little something. Again, like I said, I don't know when we're going to be back. So, you know, given the weather. It is a little breezy here this morning, or this afternoon, I should say now. Winds around 11 knots, 10, 11 knots. Well, there you go. You heard him say gust 1.8. We saw Aeromexico having a little bit of an issue coming in. Nothing serious, a little bouncy. Yeah, Miss Carolina's showing all of RDU's social media stuff. They're killing it for this weather and among other things. I do love RDU's social media team. Fantastic group. So a lot of gates are empty. We've got one American Eagle over here on the backside, and we've got this one Lonely Delta plane that we're able to see at the moment. One American Eagle sitting out at the end of the runway there, out at the end of 5 right, or 5 left, excuse me. So we do have the Delta Connection CRJ. The wind, now the wind's blowing. The wind's going to be brutal on the face. Again, about 28 degrees currently. We'll swing back to that CRJ in just a moment. So maybe we'll see some struggling arrivals here today. My phone keeps closing out. So again, like I said, I don't know when our next episode of the show will be, but so you know, I told you guys that I was gonna go on vacation, yada yada yada. Well, things have kind of changed, and I'll have an announcement video. I'll try to post an announcement video of what we're actually going to be doing, not this coming week, but the following week. I'm going to try to do some special things for you guys. I got some other special things coming up. I've got to work my butt off. Me and Miss Carolina, if we have a couple extra days at home this week, that's going to work out perfectly. As long as we have power, because we've got some pretty exciting things to work on for you guys this week. I think you guys will really enjoy what we got going on. It's more on the technical side of things, but I think you guys will hopefully will, shouldn't say hopefully, you guys will benefit from it quite a bit. So we'll see how that goes. We got to work hard to get that done. We've got to roll out some things. So we may, I may have to roll out a couple of members only broadcasts this week. Just to get things dialed in, maybe. We'll see how it goes. I may not have to. I may be able to do everything from home this upcoming week. So we'll see. And if you guys don't know, make sure you guys go check out Pip, by the way. Our buddy Pip Hastings, Aviation's coming out to see us Valentine's Day weekend. So we'll be out here hanging out with him. I'm sure he'll be out here Saturday doing a show. Miss Carolina's got me locked down for next Saturday, or for that Saturday, Valentine's Day weekend. I texted Pip, I told him, I said, you know, you might be doing a show on your own on Sunday. Because if you guys remember, if you guys have been with me long enough to know, you know that I was talking about the only time I would ever cancel a show for a race is the Daytona 500. Well, that's that same weekend. So your host might be in the background watching the race while doing the show. But our buddy Pip is trying to come out here. He's trying to raise up some funds, some more funds to make his way out here and hang out with us Valentine's Day weekend. So if you guys send any donations his way, that would be absolutely perfect to get our buddy Pip out here. A lot of you folks have been asking us to collaborate, get together, and he's finally doing that. This will be our second collaboration. If you guys don't remember, we did a show in Charlotte last year, year before last, whatever year that was, last year. Flight Radar wants to throw me an ad. Hold on, I need to just pay for Flight Radar. All right, we do have Republic Airways 4560 coming in from LaGuardia, E175LR, as our CRJ gets a move on. Oh yeah, that wind is frigid. Got my hand warmers, got the gloves, got everything I need. So yeah, we'll be announcing that over the course of the next week. Make sure you guys, if you guys can, send any funds his way, so he can come out here and do a couple of days with us. So as you guys can tell too, by the way, our equipment survived. I did buy I bought some more weather proofing things. I had an aha moment after taking everything in the house the other day. I took everything in the house and I had like I said, I had an aha moment. So I ordered something that we already had. You know, I got the rain cover for the camera. So I ordered another one because I found that I can put it around the tripod and drape it down both sides of the tripod so that all of our the laptop doesn't get wet. Christopher Brown with a $4.99 super chat says, looking forward to what you got coming up. I'll definitely be out for the Pip show, or the Pip and Carolina collaboration. Thanks for the stream today. You're very welcome. Again, not this coming week, or the week we're working on, but the following week we got some things coming up, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. Show times will be a little bit different. Shows will be a little bit different as well. Note that I said shows. Could be 2, could be 5, could be 7. Who knows how many shows we're gonna do. But again, I'll have that announcement next week. Thank you, Christopher Brown, again for the support. And thank you all for the continued support. Got a lot of things going on in the next couple of weeks. Should have looked for my Carhartt thing a little bit better. I did drive a different car today, just in case we're out here a little late. You know, you guys want to see the snow around 5 o'clock. We did drive a different car so that I can make it home. Still not a 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, but it's got better tires and equipment than the old race car at home. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I don't know that we'll get to our 500 like goal today. If we do, thank you guys. If we don't, I don't expect us to. We've had such a good run lately, though, that I figured why not try. Lynn, good evening there over in the UK. Carefree Gary, good afternoon as well. There we go. Brickyard 4765 cleared for takeoff. That's the American Eagle at the top of your screen. if Louisiana 1 is still here or not. Unfortunately, though, as you guys know, if it is, we're going to miss it because we've only got this side of the airport given the direction of flow today. I was really hoping for the northerly flow, or the southerly flow, I should say. The 2 3s and not the 5s, but we got the 5s this afternoon. And again, down a floor, obviously when they're on the 5s and we're down a floor, it's not as exciting. Oh, this one not departing nowhere near as early as the departure I had as I was setting up.
035, runway 5 left, clear for takeoff, show 6 and 296.
Yeah, so wandering, we're supposed to be getting the same thing. A bunch of sleet, freezing rain. We got a bunch of firewood yesterday. Got a lot of it unloaded, a lot of it in the house, just in case we lose power. So the freezing rain factor is going to be a real bummer. I was really, when they first announced this storm, I was really hoping that it would stay the same and be snow. I can handle the snow. I can drive in the snow a whole lot better than we can the ice, obviously. But again, unfortunately, the weather shifted on us. I was looking forward to, 12 to 18 inches of snow. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I was really looking forward to that. The ice is very, very dangerous, so if you guys are within that battle zone of the weather, please stay safe. Ice is going to be a real issue. Republic Airways 4765, that last departure headed off to JFK. That E175 going to take about an hour and a half to get to New York City. I know New York City's about to get hammered really hard with snow. They were talking about Boston snow totals. We're talking about Boston getting about 2 feet of snow. Yeah, I'm ready for the Rolex myself, in fact. Whoops. Miss Carolina's message moved. Miss Carolina gifting out 5 Carolina Aviation memberships. Speaking of memberships, I have 5 I need to gift out today as well. So we're going to gift out 5 of our own, our last 5 of the month, because Saturday, the actual last day of the month, I won't be able to be out here. I have to work next weekend, or this upcoming weekend. So we got to gift out those memberships today. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and do that while we're nice and slow. Mesa Airlines off to Houston, Texas, that last departure there. Again, let's get these last January memberships gifted out. Oh, you can do a members only live stream from here? What? So YouTube's always changing things, and so that's something popping up in my chat that's new. So congratulations to the 10 new folks getting memberships. But agreed, I'm gonna go, as soon as I'm done here, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna watch the Rolex 24. Hopefully it's broadcasting on YouTube. If it's not, I think I might have other ways to be able to watch the race. But I'll have to see. I think it's on, what's it on this year? Is it on Peacock? I think it is. So I think I've got the Peacock app. So again, Like I said, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Saturday. Aeromexico looks like it's going to be our only international flight today, unless we get a couple of Air Canadas. We've got the American Eagle getting towed into their gate. They came in a little while ago from JFK, from LaGuardia, excuse me. Looking at flight radar currently, looks like we've got Delta 2026. Oh, this is a bit of an odd one, a Boeing 717 coming from a very cold and icy Atlanta, Georgia. Is this normal SY 8201? I don't know if it is or not. Yeah, car spotter. We've got an ice storm on the way. It's supposed to start snowing and icing here around 5 p.m. Given that we don't have any heavies today, I was going to try to stay for those heavies, but they've already canceled on us for the day. So sadly, no Dreamliner or 777. So if it's on Peacock, I should be watching the race later this afternoon, this evening. So should be a good evening. Go home, build a fire, because I'm going to be frozen by the time I leave here this evening. It's a cold 28 degrees out here. I think that's what, -2, -3 Celsius. So the Delta connection E1 or CRJ off. Hey Zoe, good evening. Yeah, so car spotter, if you look at the American model, the weather model, this is why we changed days, because tomorrow everybody here is going to be iced in, or so they say. So they say we're going to be iced in for tomorrow, probably up until Wednesday. Again, like I stated earlier in the show, I can handle the snow. You can give me snow all day. The ice, however, not something to really play around with. Hopefully, we don't lose power. I know it's going to be a lot worse for other places. I know the weather reports, if you guys are from the United States, they're talking quote-unquote catastrophic things for not necessarily just us, but for all of the southeast and upper northeast, all of that. Lots and lots of snow. Again, Boston expecting 2 feet plus of snow, I think, and New York 16, 18 inches of snow. A lot of places up north getting ready to get hammered pretty hard. And that was the snow that we were supposed to get, as I stated earlier, but unfortunately, everything changed. I wasn't really following along with it too much this morning. I won't worry about following along with the weather until it gets here. Here comes our Mad Dog from Atlanta. This one flying 50 minutes. Not something we normally see from Atlanta. Normally this is our Detroit flight. So interesting to see this one early. Yeah, so for us, like I said, they were calling for about 18 inches of snow. But I would have tried to be out here tomorrow if we'd have got the snow. That was the original plan, was to be out here today and tomorrow, covering all of that snowfall for you guys. Whether or not it would have been worth it or not, I don't know, because of the fact of all of the cancellations. But again, the Mad Dog from Atlanta is United. United getting ready to make their move. Looks like a 737-700. So again, about 51 minutes of flight time for that 717. We've got Moxie coming in over on the other side. Again, no view of 5 right.
Okay, taxi right on Bravo to the ramp, pad up 2026.
'80 and sunny. Ha 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 ha. Thanks a lot, Eric. Appreciate the weather update from your neck of the woods there in Tampa. I wish it was 80 degrees here. Instead, we're looking at, I don't even know what the METAR says. The METAR says it's 25 degrees. My computer also says it's 25 degrees. You know, I got to keep up with the guys there in Canada. They've popped into our show a couple times. We've popped into theirs. They were talking about how old I was a few weeks back. Yeah, I'm trying not to zoom too much, so hopefully the zoom is in the correct place. I'm trying to keep at least one of my hands warm. I do have both of the rechargeable hand warmers this morning, or this afternoon. So everything hopefully going to be nice and warm. I'm triple layered up almost. I got on the my Wranglers with the fleece lining. I got on the big wool socks. I got on a nice thick t-shirt and 2 really fluffy jackets.
After 755, turn left and over the taxi road via Alpha, line of the ground from Amanda, Alpha, line of the ground, back 1925, back departure over there. Headed 1920, switch to departure.
Yeah, I'm not even 40. It was funny. It was funny hearing them talk about me on their show. It was nice of them. But they were talking about how I was old. I think he's like 40 or something. I was like, really? I made a comment on their show. I was like, excuse me. I'm not even close to 30 or 40 yet. I mean, I am, but. Well, as far as the Rolex goes, I don't know. And you know what? I was watching the race yesterday, the TCR race. I was really sad that my Type R didn't win the race. He came close. I really don't follow it to know who all wins it. I'm sure, what's his name's going to win the race and their team. They seem to win a lot. They're still with Cadillac, I believe, so it'll be a good, I think it'll be a good race. So that, I gotta turn away from this. It's making my eyeballs freeze. United 1920 off to Chicago, that's 737-700. Ooh, I gotta turn away from the wind a minute. That is painful to the face. I should have found my Carhartt, but you know, our buddy Pip again, who is coming to RDU on Valentine's Day, told me I needed to. Yeah, Wayne Taylor Racing, thank you. Told me I should shave my beard one day when I did a behind the scenes shot, and this is exactly why I don't shave the beard off. I keep a nice long beard to keep the face warm. Will I trim it down in the summer? I doubt it. Been working on growing this beard for the last year. Cadillac's on a pole, but it was disallowed, so they start in the back. Yeah, I don't think that'll stop Cadillac. They're unstoppable. As far as GTD Daytona goes, of course, you guys know I'm going to go with Team Lexus. That's really, I told Miss Carolina, that is really what we should have been doing this weekend instead of standing out here freezing, because I'm able to get free tickets to those events. the Rolex 24, the as long as the manufacturer has a booth, I'm able to get free tickets to any one of the races. And I should have done that this weekend. I could be hanging out in a nice warm Daytona. Doesn't have a red showing. Is that up on, will I be able to see that on, let's see. Because my flight radar is set for just RDU, so if that doesn't show up exactly on that map. We've got several coming in from the south here in a few minutes. We've got Endeavor 4703 from Austin, Texas, arriving in about 15 minutes. We've got American 847 from Dallas, Fort Worth. They left an hour and 48 minutes ago. That one 19 minutes ago. 68 degrees. I take it you're in Florida, Daytona. If it weren't for the wind in my face, I'd be a-okay. So I'm gonna have to turn and face the other way for a minute or two here. So again, we're going to try to be out here till 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that. Again, I wanted to give you guys some sort of action this weekend. I was kind of hoping that, I wonder if they did that last night. They must have been out here prepping the runway last night. I wouldn't imagine them doing it during the day when there's traffic. I'm sure that takes a lot of prep work to get the runway ready for no ice. If you drive on any of the roads here, everything is covered in brine at the moment. Boozy brunch. Thank you, Gavin. Dr. Telcom, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you guys for joining us in a very cold Raleigh, North Carolina. Glad I'm not in Charlotte, though. Because I don't think I'd be making it home for the next like 4 days. It's already, I don't know, has it started down there yet? How many of my viewers are from Charlotte? Has it started snowing or doing anything yet? 26 degrees here currently. Spots of snow across the state. Looks like Asheville's getting a little bit. No, they're still not doing any kind of de-icing. We haven't seen anybody de-ice so far. So, I don't know. Again, we don't see this kind of weather very often. So I don't really know what the protocol is. Again, the phone says it's 26 degrees. The computer, both the METAR and the computer itself say it's 25 degrees out here. So it's I'm a little confused by what's going on. Coming to Raleigh, Super Bowl weekend. Plan on plane spotting Saturday the 7th. Ooh, that is that weekend, isn't it? Oh man, it's the week before the 500. Chances are we'll be on for that. I did make a statement a while back talking about I don't know if we would be on Super Bowl weekend but the Super Bowl is not on until in the evening, so I think we'll be nice and safe to be on the air Super Bowl Sunday while everybody gets ready for the big show. They can come and hang out with us while they're getting their Super Bowl snacks and foods and everything ready to go. You guys can pre-game with Carolina Aviation. We should be here. So again, not big announcements, but next week, not this coming week, but next week, going to be a lot different. I'm going to be doing some different things. I'm going to be off work. I need to make some arrangements as well for the following week. Going to be an interesting week. Ooh. As a matter of fact, I need to text Miss Carolina. Gotta ask her about that week. David Johnson, yes. It is definitely cold enough for me. If it got any colder, I would probably be packing up and leaving. But you guys know last Sunday we were out here, it was what? Around the same temperature, 38 degrees. We waited all day, or not 38 degrees, around 34, 35 degrees all last weekend. So we waited around, and again, I want to apologize to you guys once again for last weekend. Once it started snowing, the snow was just covering where I was at. The wind blowing out of the west, keeping us the wind blowing out of the west, blowing the snow right in our face. I left here, I was drenched. But luckily, having all these layers on, when I got home, everything under my layers, I was nice and dry. United and South RDU at 4. It does look like that, Christopher Brown. It looks like there's a, if you guys are following along on Flight Radar and you see a whole slew of things going on around 4 o'clock, there's a bunch of flights that have been canceled right in a row. So, with that said, hopefully, I think even if we would have been fully prepared, again, everything was covered. I had almost everything covered except for the computer. Again, some of our equipment did get wet, obviously, right? But I do have a big plastic sheet that I put up in the car over everything in the back. But I did buy another piece of kit to help alleviate some of that. So when we do have rain or whatever coming in on us, hopefully we won't have any issues with that. Did my show start over here on this side? Weird, it did. So again, thank you guys for smashing the like button. 112 likes according to my button here. 205 folks watching. I appreciate you guys checking us out today. Again, gonna be a chill day, and I mean that literally. But yeah, a lot of cancellations later in the afternoon. Again, tomorrow, obviously, even if I could get out here, I don't even know if it would be worth it. With it being a major ice storm, I'm gonna be at home next to the fireplace, trying to kick back, relax, and stay warm tomorrow. Hopefully watch the Rolex, the finishing of it. Oh, and by the way, I also wanted to apologize too for the late start. So again, I forgot the battery yesterday, but let me tell you guys how wonderful this battery is, by the way. So how long did I have it on the charger? About an hour. I had this big beast on the charger, and it got up to about 68% within the hour. So a huge thank you to Ankler and their fast charging batteries. Ankler, if you're listening, I could use a sponsorship. But absolutely wonderful, this battery, charging within an hour. It's currently at 64%. It says we've got about 17 and a half hours left. I'm going to take it and all the equipment in today, obviously given the cold weather. I'm going to make sure we charge it so that we have power-ish in the house for some things. 62. Yeah, we're prepared today. Again, I bought some a couple of pieces during the week to try to keep us nice and dry if we have any issues. So I have an Ankler GAN Prime. It's the Easy Tow TM handle. It weighs about 70 pounds. Miss Carolina's going to split hairs and say it weighs 68, but I round up, it weighs about 70 pounds. It's a big thing. It's on wheels. Wonderful battery. Again, like I said, about an hour and it was up to 68%. So when I get home this evening, again, I'm going to take it in, charge it up to make sure that all of our devices, if we do lose power, we do have devices. Man, you know what? I honestly thought about buying one of those. I know you guys have seen them. If you're into camping or anything, I'm sure you guys have seen them. You can use a camp stove propane tank on them, and it's like a little space heater type deal. As a matter of fact, Miss Carolina and I were looking at those back when we went to Charlotte, when we did that episode in Charlotte, because we went to Bass Pro Shops. And if I could get it sitting up on my board, so if you guys have ever seen the setup, you know I've got a board that the laptop sits on. If I could get one of those to fit on this board in my direction, that would be great, because then I could stick my hands over it or whatever. But as far as making one work out here, I think it would be quite difficult, just because of all the different wind directions and things like that. Propane and propane accessory. You know, I've still yet to watch the new King of the Hill. I don't know if you guys watch any of it, but I've yet to watch it. Looks like we've got that Endeavor 4703 coming in from Austin, Texas. That one arriving in about 1 minute. Looks like it's coming in on our side. I'm a little too far down to see at a distance. Again, down a level due to the weather. And, well, obviously, the airport has the upper levels closed. It's the top floor shut completely down. They also have the outside... The outside portion of the level that I'm on closed as well. Did he just say 5 right? Come on, don't do this to me. Who's cleared for 5 right? Please don't tell me it's Endeavor. Because if it is Endeavor, then that means American's going to land 5 right too. Why are we doing this? Unfortunately, Captain Mickey Mouse, if we swing over to General Ave, this is what we're looking at. So I'm a lot further down today. Lots and lots of parking spaces. I don't know if you guys can see all the way down through there. Lots of spaces down here on 5. Oh no, it is coming in this side. Why did he say 5 right instead of 5 left? Maybe he was talking to somebody not on radar. Endeavor from Austin up next. Going to be followed by that American from Dallas. Harris with a $14.99 super chat, or $4.99 super chat, excuse me. Thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you guys supporting the channel here on a cold Saturday afternoon. So again, maybe we'll see some snow toward the end of our show. Again, I'm keeping an eye on the radar, as well as everything else going on. Wind's pushing me back a little. Nice smooth arrival for that E1, or why do I keep saying E175? For the CRJ. Do have a 737 coming in behind it, 737-800 from Dallas-Fort Worth. American Airlines, 847.
03, Charlie Bravo to the ramp, contact ramp. Charlie Bravo to the ramp and contact ramp 4703.
I can't believe they're out here scratching around. If you look just above that CRJ, you see them digging around and working on the new runway. Oh, that wind right in my face. Now on to American from Dallas. Saw that Founders Plaza reopened. Caught a little bit of Walt's show the other day, yesterday morning. This one traveling 2 hours, 4 minutes from Dallas-Fort Worth. You guys can hear the wind blowing a little bit. Nice smooth touchdown for American. Does that look okay? Does it look like... Does the motion look okay? It looks weird on my my camera. Hopefully nothing's like blurry or anything. I don't know. Yeah, Snowpocalypse 2.0. Yeah, we'll probably have a little bit of snow here before show's end if I can tolerate the cold. If the wind will stop blowing, I'll be okay. If the wind keeps up, I'm gonna freeze to death. Thank you, Airborne. I was wondering, it looked a little funny, like it was struggling to keep up the frame rates. Sometimes that happens when it's really, really cold out. The camera doesn't enjoy the cold weather.
Clear for takeoff, Envoy 3612.
Envoy 3612 getting ready to line up as we watch our 737 back taxi here. Yeah, so on the roadways we have those. I'm sure if you guys are, well, I guess they're around the world too. The message boards along the highways. It says winter storm warning for hours for 7 p.m. Is this that one with the new beacons? This is the one we saw the other day, isn't it? The really bright beacons. Miss Carolina says she only kinda wants to keep me. Hopefully they'll have a nice roaring fire when by the time I get home. I brought her car today, so I got the heated seats. Shoot, on the way over here, I didn't even have the heat on. It got up to about 73 degrees in the car. That heated seat simmering my behind. Could feel it right through the 3 layers of pants I got on. This is definitely, I have to say, this is definitely the, is it the coldest I've ever done a show in? I think it is. I remember one time I come out here, it was at night. It was a Wednesday night, or a Tuesday night. And it was cold like this, and it had rained earlier in the day. When I got here, the ground was wet. By the time I got ready to leave, it was frozen. And, well, let's just say I almost fell and broke my neck. Luckily, I was able to hold it together and not fall and break my neck. Let's take a peek at flight radar, see who we got coming in. We got a couple of exec jets. We've got a United Express operated by GoJets, GKS 4772 coming in from Washington Dulles. CRJ 550. See those every now and then. Nice little jet to make their way in. We've also got Endeavor 5028 coming in from JFK, New York. Daniel, good afternoon there in the UK. Good evening almost. Got Republic Airways 5805 coming in from Boston. That one arriving in about 20 minutes or so. Again, I don't think we have... We had the Aero Mexico 585 leave this morning, about an hour and a half ago, hour 45, off to Cancun, Mexico. So that one probably left around 12. If you look at the top of your screen, you'll see ops out there checking the runways. Well, we don't have anything happening at the moment, but no Copa today. Again, a lot of flights canceled, so if you guys are following along. We do have one from Chicago, looks like. No, coming in from Denver, United 2269. This is just later on in the afternoon. About 20 minutes or so for these. Southwest 449 coming in from Denver, Colorado as well. Southwest 8015 coming in from Syracuse. That's an odd flight. I don't think I've ever seen that one for Southwest. So a few more minutes here before our next couple of arrivals. Again, not a whole lot going on Flight Radar. So again, a nice chill day with your host as I try to figure out how to turn on this hand warmer. Really? They were fully charged. What's happening? Oh no. What's the deal? Huh, interesting.
Off on with 5 off that Bravo 1. You're going to take it? Calls for Roger.
Yeah, it says it's got 2 bars. What's the deal here? Well, that's not fair. Now your host is going to be really, really cold. Or at least my hands will be. Why that's not... they're not coming on.
Raleigh Durham, tower over 4472, visual approach 5 left.
PTN, good afternoon.
Tower 5 left, clear to land. 5 left, clear to land.
5 left, clear to land. Who is that? Oh, that's our United Express GoJet already coming around. That was really quick. A lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. The one thing I need, I don't have. Tissues. So we'll catch our CRJ 550 arrival here in a moment as I look for it. Should be coming any moment. Ouch. Gotta take the hood off this other jacket because I don't ever wear the other hood. Because I can't get the bigger hood to clamp shut. Here comes our CRJ 550 as Ops continues to make their rounds, checking for ice and among other things, keeping the passengers safe.
Check. I'm sorry, what was that? I would check. 10-0-6-0 and 1-2.
There we go. Yeah. And I actually have a handkerchief somewhere. Really could use one today. I don't know why I didn't think about that. That too.
Go on short final.
You know, we adopted a couple of cats, and I think I grew up. We were a family. We had cats, of course. Never allergic to them, and I think now I've developed an allergy towards cats. My nose is always stuffed up at home. Nice looking CRJ 550, something we don't see here too often. We did see the SkyWest CRJ 200 a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, we're off at Charlie Bravo to the ramp.
Good to hear, Kevin. Good flight yesterday. My sister-in-law came home early yesterday. She came in from Florida as well. Or she came in from Florida, I should say. I think she was in Orlando. Now the question is where is GoJet going to go? Is this going actually to the terminal, or is this going to go up to what you call it? Looks like it is actually headed to the terminal. So our next arrival is going to be Endeavor 5028, coming in from JFK. 1 hour 18 minutes of flight time for another CRJ. This one a 900 LR. There he is. There's Pip. We were just talking about you. Trying to get people to send some funds your way for our collaboration for Valentine's Day, or the day following Valentine's Day. Miss Carolina's got me on lockdown for Valentine's. It's okay, Pip. Pip will be my my second Valentine. We got a 900 LR on its way in. Coming in next. This one right here, an E175 sitting on the ground. The one that landed a moment ago, that was a CRJ 550. Again, that one was from Washington Dulles. Flown by GoJet. Ooh. Try to look and see if anybody's going to be down here to accept that. I don't see any wing walkers, but I do see somebody standing out in the normal CRJ gate here. So I don't know if we'll get that. Oh, I know what. He's waiting on this CRJ 900 LR to come in. So we'll have a marshalling shot here. You see he's walking around waiting for our next arrival, Endeavor. So Kevin, there's a lot of cancellations today due to weather. We've got they're calling it a ice storm headed our way. A lot of the country's already getting it, so they've already started canceling flights. None of our European flights came today or are coming today. I was hoping to see Lufthansa in that Dreamliner. No such luck. I was also going to try to stay for the Air France arrival at least, but neither of which are coming. Neither is the American from London. PTN, me either. To be honest, I hate it. Because you lose out on so much when you're on the fives. And us being down a floor doesn't help matters none either. Still hollering about gust 1.8. I knew it was going to be about 10 to 11 knots today. Can't hardly call today a windy day. It is quite breezy. Quite painful to the face. Anything that's exposed is quite painful at the moment. Yeah, so the 777 was sitting over there. I don't know why. I have no idea. I did see somebody talking about it on the Facebook plane spotting group. That 777 did depart and head back to Paris a couple hours ago. So it left this morning. Thereabouts. Yeah, see, this is the hard. Oh, he's going to go on down. I thought he was going to come out early. Yeah, so a lot of flight cancellations today. Again, got a lot of weather going on, so we just got to bear that in mind. Yeah, we got groceries the other day. We got firewood yesterday. We were out actually stacking it this morning, getting it straightened out, ready to go in case we lose power. Again, I got to thank a huge deal to Ankler Batteries. Not sponsored by Ankler, by the way. We have no sponsors. But that battery charged in about an hour to about 68% if you guys weren't watching before. So we delayed the show because my goofy, forgetful self forgot to bring the battery in yesterday and charge it. And brought it in, charged it. It took it an hour to get to that 68% mark. And it's a wonderful battery. It's huge. Again, it weighs about 70 pounds. What do we got going on over here? A little bulldozer action. Yeah, they're out there sifting through all the dirt, as you can see. See that one belt at the top of your screen running. They're trying to run as much dirt as they can before the ice gets here. Absolutely, you guys are very welcome. Glad I could be out here. Couldn't think of anything else I'd rather be doing today, to be honest. Hanging out with you guys. Even if it is 20 degrees. With a wind chill of like 5. So we should see that CRJ come around the corner here any minute. That'll come back here. That'll give us our first marshalling shot of the day. You can see it getting a little bit darker off to the west as the weather rolls in. Again, we're expecting snow and snow showers around 5 p.m. from what I understand. We've got Republic Airways at 58:05 coming in from Boston, Massachusetts. 1 hour, 44 minutes of flight time for that one. Other Boston flights already canceled for the day. JetBlue canceled, I think, both Boston and JFK flights for later this afternoon. Southwest canceling a Baltimore flight Anything after 4 p.m. they started canceling a bunch of stuff. A couple of JFK flights out there canceled as well. So we may make it to 4 p.m., 4:30. Try to make it till 5. We're looking at 2:30 now, 2:15 right now. We'll try to make it until then. This will be a first. The computer's running a little weird. I don't know if it's because it's cold or what. Interesting. Alright, we're gonna have a hopefully the audio is working fine. I see the pictures not. We're gonna have a brief pause here. I'm gonna do this on purpose. I don't know what's going on with the computer. All right. Hopefully we're back. Sorry. So I guess the computer was having a hissy fit here. So give me just a moment. Gonna keep an eye on the computer. The computer ran a really high CPU usage. My cell phone won't work either. I was trying to send you guys a message there in the chat to hold on, but I can't even get my phone to work. The YouTube, there we go, now it worked. So thank you guys. Apologies for that little hiccup there, but the CPU shot up to about almost 100% on usage. I don't know what was freaking it out. Normally we don't run into that problem, except it's in the summertime when the laptop overheats. You never know what's going to happen with one of these shows, so appreciate you guys coming back. 220 likes so far. Greatly appreciate that as well. Make sure you guys smash the like button as well. Again, apologies for the little mishap there. Hopefully we don't have that issue again. It happens every once in a while where the CPU will just skyrocket and it locks out the whole show. And then I couldn't get our software to open back up. So it took us a little longer than what we wanted. But thank you guys again for returning. Miss Carolina gifting out 1 Carolina Aviation membership. Congratulations to Steve. Again, a huge congratulations to the 11 of you folks who've been gifted a membership by myself or Miss Carolina today. Trying to keep you guys, get you guys some memberships here today. Alright, next arrival again, we've got Republic Airways 5805 coming in from Boston, Massachusetts. 1 hour 51 minutes of flight time. So they're cleared to land. Our CRJ on the move. Sorry, trying to monitor everything, make sure everything is okay. But again, if you guys are just tuning back in, a little CPU issue there with the computer, giving us a little hard time there. I think that needs to be our next upgrade on the show, a computer. We need a gaming laptop. I also want to upgrade my PC at home, but it's all hard to do given how expensive all of that type of stuff is. Hopefully we'll, with the changes coming here in the next 2 weeks, week or so, again next week we're gonna, or this week, Miss Carolina and myself are gonna work hard on getting some new things, some new behind the scenes technology implemented for you guys. Hopefully you guys will see a significant difference in the show, hopefully. The computer's fine. It just has its days where it gets angry. It's only about, it's working on its third year with us doing the show. So is the camera and the lens, and of course we talked about the lens a while back, a couple episodes of the show ago. You see the flickering in it. The lens is from like 2012. So again, hopefully with the changes coming this week, we'll be able to do more and hopefully gain some funds for a whole bunch of new stuff. We'll see. But it is a very big step, by the way. What Miss Caroline and I have going on this week is a very, very, very big step in the progression of this show. So thank you, Gary. Glad you're enjoying it from Concord, from the comfort of your warm home. Hopefully you're at home. So again, welcome in everybody. Again, hopefully you guys are all staying warm and enjoying the show. The wind is stopped, so your host is enjoying himself. American Airlines 2704 coming in from Charlotte. Going to be our next arrival here in a moment. It says about 6 minutes, but I think that'll be here a little bit sooner than that. Yeah, we're supposed to. The weather, I think the main portion of the weather is going to happen overnight. I think we're going to have a long day tomorrow of weather. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Steven, I would love for it to be snowing right now, to be honest. I do have to admit, though, last week was our first snow show. And yeah, it was difficult given the snow blowing in on us, but also the fact that it was really hard to see. I knew we were going to have that issue, but hopefully you guys still enjoyed what little bit of snow we had last week. I think last week was more about the rain per se. And by the way, I also want to say thank you to you guys again. 343 new friends last Sunday, as well as 21,000 views on last week's show. The highest grossing show we've ever had, so that's all because of you guys. Thank you. Yeah, Barb, I'll be home tomorrow. I'm not trying to be crazy and try to come out here tomorrow. Again, a lot of flights will be canceled tomorrow anyway. So there's not really much reason to be out here. A lot of flight cancellations today as well. But we're here, gonna get you guys what we can. So this A321 coming in from Charlotte, 24 minutes of flight time. They escape the weather for now. So we're trying to get to, what did we say, 8,500 by Valentine's Day. I think with not this upcoming week, but the following week, the first week of February, I think we'll be able to reach 8,500 quite easily. Hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of a hint. Again, I did say shows for the first week of February. Not trying to give too much away. I still got to make a schedule. And then the following weekend, so we'll have all of the first week of February, and then the 14th and 15th, our buddy Pip will be here, hanging out with us. Yeah, Gary, it's the METAR and everything says it's 25 degrees here. I assume with the wind chill and everything, it feels like 18 or 19 degrees out here. I don't have that information, but I can pull that up though. Looks like we got United from Denver, United 2269 on final now. 737-900. It's 34,000 with the 300 millimeter lens. If you're not shooting video, if you're taking photos and you're able to crop and your cropping looks good, a 300 millimeter lens should work perfectly. Sometimes we have issues with this when planes flying over at really high altitudes, even with a 600 millimeter lens. And technically we're not even at 600 millimeters, we're at like 1100 or something. I can't remember the math on it, but it's an extra 0.5 in, so I think we're right at 11 or 1200 millimeters with the lens and the DX cropping that we've got going on. Wind gust still about 18 knots. You see United from Denver kind of struggling to come in. Sounds like the winds have chilled out a little bit. Sounds like they're only at 5 knots now. Was it 10 with gusts of 18? Nice and smooth. They didn't cancel all of their operations today, but they've canceled quite a few. We had that one from Chicago earlier, and now we've got this one from Denver.
2269, turn right, Bravo 5, left Bravo, contact Alpha, entry.
I'm going to put that message up on the screen. Thank you for the update. The wind chill. That's what it feels like right now at RDU, 14 degrees. I really wish they were on the 2.3s. This would be a fantastic shot if they were on the 2.3s today, especially at max power, as cold as it is out here. These planes flying at max efficiency be absolutely perfect today. Unfortunately though, we've got the 5s. Not a big deal. So I was talking about my sister-in-law coming home yesterday from Florida. She did come home a day early because of Southwest, I believe, in canceling flights. They canceled her flight for today, so she had to come home early. The weather didn't cancel us though. Alright, so you saw the American Eagle headed out that way. Now we got the CRJ we can look at, but other than that we don't have any planes to look at. To show you guys the construction. If you guys want to watch the construction going on, they still are there. We got Southwest, speaking of.
Southwest 815, route wind 050 at 6, runway 5 right. For the land, you're on a breeze on a 4-mile mile. Right, for the land, Southwest 815. Roger, the 10,
Camera doesn't want to focus on nothing. The board doesn't look too bad right now. We were looking through it earlier. There's not too many delays, it doesn't look like, but there have been a lot of cancellations due to the weather. As you see, Orioles fan posting there that Charlotte's seeing about 500 flight cancellations over the next few days. I imagine tomorrow here at RDU that we won't be seeing much of anything, if I'm honest. This one here, Southwest 449 from Denver, Colorado. We'll see that one. Well, we won't see this one. It'll be around on the other side, but a nice long downwind shot of Southwest. Looks like we've got Southwest breeze and then this Southwest here, all coming in. It does. So the Cancun flight does make its way over to the international gates. We saw that 737 MAX over there the other day. Be nice if we could get this Southwest over here on our side. Or at least one of these Southwests.
4560, go ahead. 4560, wind 050 at 8, turn left heading 035, runway 5 left, clear for takeoff. Runway 5 left, clear for takeoff, left 035, we go 4560.
Looked like he thought about it, and then he made that left bank.
Southwest 449, yes, moving off, island 050 at 8, runway 5 left, clear line.
Clear to land, 5 right for Southwest. It almost looked like he was going to come 5 left there for a minute. My dream job? Ooh. That's, you know what? I really don't know, to be honest. When I was younger, I got my dream job, or I should say I'm working what was my dream job. Now I don't know. Would I love to do this full time? Absolutely. I would absolutely love to bring you guys the planes full time. I think working for myself would probably be more of a correct thing. Whether it's doing this or doing photography or doing something else in that same realm, I'd have to say now that I'm older, that's what I'd like to do as a dream. This show has been a dream of mine. At first it wasn't, and then I started it. And ever since I started it, I've been addicted and dreaming of the day that, you know, we're able to bring you guys planes more often. So the construction over there is for the new runway, which, speaking of which, we saw them earlier. We were watching it in between the planes there. They're over there. Oh, looks like they're done over here. There's a bulldozer on the move, but they did stop the belt, it looks like. So they're working on, currently right now, they're working on all the drainage that needs to be done before they can start laying any kind of concrete down for the runway. They've stopped this one too, so maybe they've gone home for the day. What time is it? It's almost 3 o'clock, so I assume they're bringing all the equipment in and getting everybody home here before the weather starts. They're not doing anything with the CRJ below us. So I wonder if this flight came in and was immediately canceled for departure later. Yeah, we don't have any of our Air France, London, or Lufthansa. They were all canceled today. And I didn't know that before I got here. Iceland's still on the way. Iceland's like, I got this. We live in the snow. They're not going to be here till about 7 p.m. tonight. They're going to be right in the thick of it, coming in later this evening. So the last departure we had, Republic Airways 4560 off to LaGuardia. They've got about an hour and 3 minutes left in their journey. Let's see, do we have anything else coming in? We've got a Frontier coming in 17 minutes. Again, flights are going to be sparse today. I told you guys you guys are going to be hanging out with your host mostly today. The registration on their CRJ, I don't know that we'll be able to see it because, nope, I got nothing on that one. That one came in from Houston, I think, or Austin, Houston, Austin. I don't remember where this one came in from. We do have the 717 back to Atlanta, maybe. That one came in a little while ago. Again, that was an odd flight. Must not have been much of a demand for the Atlanta flight given the weather. Atlanta, I think, already getting hammered pretty hard with the weather. But we do have that Frontier in 17 minutes. There's a couple more behind it. Got Delta 1550 in Atlanta getting ready to head this way. So that'll be in about an hour or so. Got a couple of exec jets coming up. We've got American Airlines 2780 from Cancun, Mexico. Boy, these people are in for a real rude awakening. What gate are we looking at? Delta 3694 MSP. That's not it on the board there. What gate is that anyway? D6. So another 18 minutes for our next arrival. So again, we're gonna be here as long as we can. Again, not a whole lot happening. We did have the Air France 777 depart earlier this morning. I saw it on its way home. Whether or not they'll double down, I don't know. They may be canceled until I guess I can't say it won't be it'll be canceled until Tuesday or Wednesday, because the airport's a whole lot easier to take care of and get cleaned up than many of the roads, right? So they've got a whole dedicated team here at the airport to get all of the runways, taxiways, and everything cleaned. So I would think that they would probably be back probably Monday. I might try to keep an eye on Flight Radar tomorrow if I'm not too busy trying to handle things around the house. I gotta go home and try to handle some more stuff, get the dishes done up and out of the sink and everything out of the dishwasher. A couple other things before we are snowed in for the next couple of days, or iced in, I should say. So this Delta's been here about 20 minutes or so, right when we had our big problem with our computer. Still don't know what's up with these hand warmers. So the weather in Atlanta is still good. And again, we've been monitoring the radars as well. Currently the radar is showing snow in Charlotte. It's really sparse across the state. Around Asheville's getting some. Oh yeah, Atlanta doesn't have anything yet. Okay. That won't be until later on tonight. If I'm honest, looking at this thing, I'm kind of wondering if we're going to get anything at all either. I mean, I know it's not until way later in the day that we're supposed to be receiving anything, but you know, you never know what's going to happen. Oh, maybe it was just that quick. See the jet bridge being pushed away from the CRJ already. That's a really, really quick turnaround. If this one's even turning around, they may be, yeah, not even 30 minutes. They might actually be taking this one to a hard stand. We'll find out. Nothing's hitting the ground in Charlotte yet. Yeah, it's showing light showers towards Charlotte. We had some just to the north of Raleigh before I got here. Of course, I didn't see anything happening towards my house, so, but it was a few miles north of here. So the question is, what are they going to do with the CRJ? Wing walkers coming out, so they're getting ready to push this one. Steve, good evening there in the UK. Hopefully it's warmer in the UK than it is here currently. Looking at what, 25 degrees? So I'm going to say it's probably -3 degrees, 5 degrees Celsius. That's kind of what I figured. They were talking about that earlier, that the air was really, really dry. And if anything did hit the ground, it was going to be like a really dry snow. You know, real powdery type snow. Real, which I guess is better than a nice heavy wet snow. I prefer a heavy wet snow, but again, when they were showing models earlier this week, I was anticipating being here right now and it be snowing, because that's what, you know, the weather forecast was showing. And then of course, as the week went on, it all changed to ice, which is not good for us. So right now, you know, this is at my house. Google says it's 27 degrees and it feels like 17 degrees out here. D6. So we're in a feels like 17 situation out here with the wind and everything going on. So it's actually, I'm actually not bad. Like the jackets and the pants and the nice warm wool socks, definitely doing their job. It's just if the wind comes in like right now, then it gets a little cold. But other than that, I'm actually quite toasty. Now, if it were, like I said, if it were a really, really windy day out here, your host would not be out here for very long. But it's not too bad right now. I actually should have moved closer to that pole so the wind would have been blocked. a little bit. Alright, let's see where this CRJ's headed. They've already got one over on a hard stand, over by the de-icing equipment. And I still don't understand why they're not doing any kind of de-icing. Maybe it's because there's no moisture in the air or something. Honestly, I don't know. We've seen this the last 2 weeks. We thought we'd see de-icing last weekend. We didn't. We're not seeing it here this weekend, and it's about 10 degrees cooler this weekend. So we do have that Frontier coming in here in a minute. So we've got two flights from opposing directions. We've also got American Airlines at 2780 coming in from Cancun, Mexico. Currently 2 hours, 7 minutes of flight time. Says they have about 9 minutes left in their flight. See, that's what I thought. If there was no precipitation, there's no need for the de-icing. That's kind of what I figured. I know they do it really early in the morning because, you know, you got frost and all the things that falls. You know, the planes get cold first thing in the morning. But -4 degrees C at RDU, 25 Fahrenheit. So it is staying overnight. All right, perfect. So they'll tow this one over to the hard stand. That's why we didn't see them doing anything with it. They unloaded it and are immediately taking it away. See that? Yeah, there we go. See, that's what I thought. De-icing, getting rid of the accumulation already on the aircraft. Because then they've got, you know, all the warmers and things in place. Wing edge, de-icing, and all that stuff. So let's zoom out and see what we're looking at here. I don't know. How long have we been on the air? A little over 2 hours. So I'm going to zoom out and see how far our next arrival is for our side. 32 minutes after is our next arrival over here. We've got Delta in Atlanta. That's not left yet. We've got Delta leaving Orlando soon. We've got Delta coming from Los Angeles, 48 minutes. Alaska's still 3 hours out. We've got American from Punta Cana, 2 hours and 41 minutes out. We've got JetBlue 2929 from San Juan, Puerto Rico, 3 hours 13 minutes out. So we're up to 275 likes. Appreciate you guys hanging out. They've got that CRJ still tied up behind there. So with the lack of flights, what do you guys think? I don't know if we're going to be out here too much today. We've got that, like I said, we've got that JetBlue from San Juan. That's 3 hours away. That's 2 hours longer than what we want to be here, or an hour longer than we want to be here. We've got Delta 260 from Cancun, Mexico, 2 hours away. Again, not a lot of flights coming. A lot of flights have left, but not a lot of flights on the return at the moment. So we'll wait again for these next two arrivals. We've got a couple in DCA, one getting ready to depart to head our way. I want to be here in about 43 minutes or so, 45 minutes. Just trying to figure out if we want to stay too much past 3 o'clock. So no JetBlue. Well, it's up on flight radar. It took off from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Whether or not it makes it here or not, I don't know. We also had the Punta Cana flight. We've got the Cancun flight coming in, and we've got Frontier coming in here in just a few minutes. And then this one here off to the hard stand. So we'll get those next two arrivals, and then we'll decide what we want to do. Again, it's going to be a long time between flights, given all the cancellations. Just glad I was able to make it on the air for you guys today. Nonetheless, wanted to make sure we got you guys a little action in this freezing cold temperatures. Don't know when we'll be back next week. I know the weather is supposed to stay very, very, very cold. After this storm comes through, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are supposed to be like 9 degrees for the low, I think, one of those days. Thank you, Marty. Yes, please make sure you guys smash the like button. Let's get to 300 before we leave. How many did Ramona say we were at? 275 likes so far, so we're 25 away from hitting 300. So hopefully we can get to at least 300 here before we end the show. And like I said, I don't know about next week. The weather's going to be very, very cold. You can hear the wind picking up on me right now. But even though I may not be here next week, as far as the midweek show goes, so the reason we weren't here Wednesday is because the original plan was to be here for Miss Ramona's birthday. Ramona was supposed to be up here yesterday, and we were going to do a show yesterday, her birthday. So a huge happy birthday to Ramona. By the way, if I didn't say that earlier in the show, Ramona's birthday, again, was yesterday. She asked me if we could do a show for her birthday, and then the weather decided to take a turn for the worse. And so she didn't make it up here. Hey, we do have Copa. They came in early. There we go, Copa Airlines. They actually look like they pushed back from a different gate, so I don't know what the deal is with them. So that's why we didn't do a Wednesday show, because we were supposed to be here yesterday, then the weather changed, and yesterday I was out prepping for the weather, getting my house ready for the cold. So, but again, just because I won't be here next week don't mean I'm not going to be busy for you guys. Again, I've got some interesting announcements coming up, so hopefully we'll try to come out and be live one day next week. I have to work Saturday, so you guys may not see us again until next Sunday. It'll be a later show on Sunday. We've got Aeromexico pushing back as well, so they're trying to get both of these out of here. They're on their scheduled time, but trying to get these out of here before the weather. So Copa back to Panama, and Aeromexico back to Mexico City. So again, we're going to be working hard at home, me and Miss Carolina, this week. And again, we're going to have a couple of announcements. Sunday's show will be late. She needs me to go to church next Sunday, so we'll be doing that, and then we'll be out here. Thank you for the support. Gonna try to keep things going for you guys. I love doing these shows, if you guys don't know. Wintertime's a bit rough. with the cold. Yeah, if I could use a camera at the airport, that would be kind of dope. I'd like to work out an arrangement at the airport like Kevin did at the H Hotel. Do a 24-hour live camera. That way you guys could go in and watch anything that's happening. Again, that American Airlines from Cancun, that A321. Speaking of Mexico and warm places, Aeromexico Connect, ready to go back to Mexico City. Yeah, if I have power. Well, even when the power comes back on, I'll be hard at work. Trying to run some tests and do different things. So hopefully we don't lose power. I'm going to be really sad if we do. But I'll have that fireplace ripping and roaring. Yeah, Kevin. Copa Airlines going to give us a turn and burn here. Looks like a 737 MAX today. So this would be a good way to end the afternoon if we do decide to end right here. Copa Airlines, Aeromexico, doing their thing. Again, if you guys haven't smashed the like button, please do so. Let's get to 300 here before we end the day. Again, short show today. I apologize for that. Yeah, I highly doubt it for a live camera here at the airport. I'd have to get in touch with like some real up and ups to be able to get something like that going. We're just lucky we're able to be here and give you guys shows. I'm glad the airport allows us to be here and doing shows. So this is Frontier, our next arrival. Camera does not want to focus today either because of the cloud coverage. Frontier 1517 from Sheldon the Sea Turtle, an A321 coming in from Philadelphia. Ramona with a $20 super chat. Thank you for all that you do. Great streams all the time. You're very welcome, Ramona. Hey, 305 likes. Thank you guys for getting us there. Nice way to end the show. Short show. Again, there's just not enough going on for us to stay till that 5 p.m. hour. No heavies to stay for. I was all excited and ready for some heavies, but everybody canceled. I was hoping to see that Lufthansa Dreamliner today. You know we don't get to see that very often. Frontier from Philadelphia touching down nice and smooth. That A321 Sheldon the Sea Turtle. It's been a while since we've had the 5s for a show, which I'm okay with, because if you guys are like me, you don't like the 5s. Oh, hey, here we go, here we go, here we go. The Mad Dog, ready to go back to Atlanta. So here we go. We're going to have a lot of departures here. Going to have a little bit of a rush to end our show. Delta 2026 back to Atlanta. This normally is a 737 flight. Today, the 717. No need for the 737s today, it doesn't look like. And we do have one coming from Atlanta later this afternoon, but nice view of that departure. And somebody mentioned if I watched LA flights. I do every now and then. They're actually the reason I got into doing all of this. So I watch a little bit of both of them out there in Los Angeles. I like to watch a lot of the smaller shows though too. I like the big shows, but I also like, we watch Walt, and of course we watch Nelia's show there in Madeira. And of course our buddy Pip, we watch him as well. So a lot of, when we're actually watching plane spotting, most of the time I'm watching other things. But a lot of my shows haven't been coming out lately. So we got these two ready to go. We should have that Frontier come around the corner. Did you see what Moxie did? I haven't seen what they did with their reward system. I was hoping to fly Moxie in a couple of weeks, but again, our vacation didn't materialize. Miss Carolina scheduled us to go on vacation, not realizing she had a very, very busy week. And so we thought she was going to be able to work on the road. So our vacation didn't come to fruition. So we're going to do something else. No, Jeffrey, we're not allowed up on the upper level of the parking garage today. They've got it closed off. There's a truck in the way, otherwise I would show you. They've got barricades up, keeping folks from going up there. You're only allowed on 5 and under. They don't want people to go up there, slip, fall, and get hurt. Which is completely understandable, because you can't even go out. So on the level we're on, there's an outdoor section that's not covered. It's closed as well. So anything out in the elements is closed. Probably not, Miles. We'll probably end it right after Aeromexico's departure here. There's not enough arrivals coming in to keep us here. Again, if you guys heard me a moment ago, it is about 25 degrees, but the feels like is 17 degrees. And with a wind chill factor, I'm sure it's even colder than that. The wind's not steady, thank goodness. But when the wind is blowing, it is harsh on the hands and face. My hands probably as red as, well, that Jaguar sitting down there, or the tail of this Delta. My right hand is cold. Not freezing yet, but cold enough. Nice, 15,000 miles. That's not too bad. Probably a good thing that they're coming back, because you know they'll want to get back to school before it gets too cold. This one back to Boston. Turnaround time on all of these planes today has been quite quick. I know, I was hoping my hand warmers aren't working for some reason. They were working when I left the house. I don't know what I don't know what the deal is. Got my hands in my pockets. My left hand is nice and warm. If the camera's not moving, my hands are warm in my pocket. I got on triple layers today, trying to keep it nice and warm. Again, really the only thing that's cold on me is my face and my hand because of the wind blowing. If the wind wasn't blowing, I am golden. Could use a pair of snow boots though. I do have the thick wool socks on, but I do need the snow boots to keep the temperature normal. All right, so here's our last departure. We don't have any more arrivals for the next hour or so, so this one here gonna do it for us. Actually, we do have one more, but it is a CRJ coming in from Indianapolis, Endeavor 4780, 21 minutes out, nothing after that for a long time, so this departure here will be the last one of the day. We'll see how long it takes that CRJ to get off the ground. That one could be a bonus departure. So safe travels here to Aeromexico, back to much warmer weather in Mexico City. Very quick turnaround for them today as well. I imagine maybe they're doing all hands on deck for everybody. Like, I don't know, maybe you got different people working different planes to try to hurry up and get them in and out. Like say folks from Delta coming over to work Aeromexico or something. I highly doubt that, but you never know. All right, the CRJ is going to be our bonus. So he's already cleared for takeoff. Maybe we'll get a turn and burn. Oh, it was going to Chicago. Okay. Interesting that they changed it. All right, so yeah, I'm glad I'm not traveling either. It's the only plane on this side on the ramp. I don't know about on the other side, but over here Frontier is definitely the only plane over here. Again, a very slow afternoon here due to all of the cancellations. Well deserved, of course, with the impending doom. There's a big ice storm on its way. No, there's no Lufthansa here that I know of, unless it's over on like the general aviation side of things. And I don't think it can fit over there. It has to go down in front of the observation deck where they kept that Frontier for Air France for so long. Well, I think that's going to do it. I'm going to go home, get warm. I'm going to go sit in front of the fireplace. Hopefully there's a nice roaring fire when I get home. If not, I'll start one. I'm going to go home, get warm. Hopefully all of you guys stay safe this week. Again, major weather for everybody here on the East Coast. I hope each and every one of you stay safe. I hope you guys have all enjoyed today's broadcast, and we shall see you again. We're going to be working on some pretty big things this week once power comes back, if we lose power at all. Hopefully we don't. And then I'll have another announcement for the first week of February. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the weather for the first week of February. So keep an eye on us. We'll be here. Big week coming. So again, thank you guys. Glad you guys enjoyed the broadcast. Smash the like button if you haven't on your way out. We will see you guys again next week. Thank you guys.